A top story, at least 5 people have been stabbed at a Hasidic rabbi's home in New York State. This is in fact a rampage that came after days of increased tension over anti-Semitic assaults in the U.S. According to the reports, the victims were celebrating the Jewish festival of Hanukkah at a house in Monsey, Rockland County, about 30 miles north of New York City, when the attack took place. The Orthodox Jewish Public Affairs Council said that the attacker stabbed and was spotted with a machete before fleeing the scene. However, he was taken into custody later. Meanwhile, all 5 victims were taken to the local hospital, with 2 of them being critical. One stabbed at least 6 times. The governor of New York has visited the house where 5 people were stabbed at the celebrations and has called the anti-Semitic attack an act of domestic terrorism. He said, and I quote here, "This is an act of terrorism. I think these are domestic terrorists. They're trying to inflict fear," unquote. Standing in solidarity with Jewish community, this is what the trustee of Spring Valley has to say about the tragedy. Listen in.
This is a terrible tragedy. We stand in solidarity with the Jewish communities. I have no complaints. This is the first time in my life, in my entire life, I heard such incident. And then we were just want to affirm you that just incident like that, we're not tolerated. We're not going to be tolerated. I'm just going to make sure that we work in the village of Spring Valley is going to work with the police thing. We make sure that we catch the perpetrator who commit in that neighborhood who commit that such act. And you know, this community is a beautiful, peaceful communities. You know what I mean? I cannot have any other community to live by. These Jewish communities, they're pretty good people. We live together. We never have that kind of incident before. It's outrageous. I'm upset. You know what I mean? I hope they find whoever wants to come in this town to commit this type of the crime to not come in anymore. This is not tolerated.
A third of the population of Rockland County is Jewish, including a large enclave of Orthodox Jewish who live in secluded communities. In the rise of recent attacks against Jewish community, the New York City's police department said its officers were stepping up patrols in other heavily Jewish neighborhoods as well. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has taken to Twitter condemning the attack, said he will cooperate with the authorities to defeat anti-Semitism.